You don't even know how easy it is to be productive, bro. Because the reason you don't know how easy it is to be productive is because you always have this, the thing I'm recording on, you always have it in your pocket or on you, or you have your computer, right? That's about just as bad, right? But that's the reason you don't know how easy it is to be productive, because a lot of people are like, oh, why are you giving me your hardest battles? You know that meme, right? Why are you giving me your hardest battles? Especially the people on self-improvement who are trying to be productive all day and everything. They always think that they're like getting the short end of the stick, and like for some reason they just can't be productive. That's a very simple reason you can't be productive. Firstly, it's your phone. Secondly, it's your computer. So really it's your connection to the internet that's the problem here. Now, of course you can use it to work or something, but since a lot of people don't use it to work, it can be the greatest distraction you have. And even if, well, I guess I can start with the first thing here. Turn the fuck off. Like, turn off your notifications, bro. There's no reason why you should be having your notifications on. There's nothing you'll miss. No bitches are trying to text you, bro. There's nothing you miss by turning your notifications off. And even with your friends, like, it's very, very uncommon that they give you like a 1 hour notice to go hang out. And even if they give you a 1 hour notice to go hang out, bro, you don't need a notification to find that out. You can just look at it every time you end your work, let's say, or every time you stop reading, or every time you finish what you're trying to do. Then you could take a look at it to see if they're trying to send you something. You don't need this pling, 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 pling triggering you every single fucking time you're trying to do your work. This ding, ding, ding is triggering you to become unfocused, right? And even if no one texts you, that's still gonna be like that anxiety in your brain that someone could be trying to text me. It's still gonna fucking, it's still gonna hurt you. And you're gonna think like, oh, well, everyone's trying to text me, bro. Like, everyone is trying to get a hold of me, and I can't just leave them hanging. Nobody cares about you, bro. They don't care if you don't respond after 10 minutes. Like, you should know, because I thought that as well before I turned off my notifications. That was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, something like that. I always thought as well, like, oh, people will get mad at me for not like responding within 10 minutes. Nobody gives a fuck if you respond in an hour, or, and if your friends are always trying to set something up with you like the hour before, tell them to fucking send it to you the day before, bro. There's no reason. And let's not like pretend like, because everyone thinks they're like the most important, you know, they everything's surrounding them, which is kind of a base mindset. I do like that mindset, but in regards to this, you can't be having that mindset just because nobody gives a fuck if your notifications are off, bro. Nobody cares. Nobody cares if your notifications are off. They're not gonna be texting you like, oh, why aren't you responding in 10 minutes? And if you tell them like your notifications are off, they're not gonna care. And if they do, they're fucking dumbasses anyway, which you should probably like cut out, or at least not hang with, right? Because like, who are those? And if you tell them I was working on something, then who are they gonna be to like, oh, well, why didn't you come hang with us, bro? Like, you were legit working on a project that you're trying to get your money up, or you're trying to get your grades up. Like, or if you have like cool friends who don't study and shit, like, just tell them that you were doing something else, bro. Like, I was playing FIFA or something, or my phone was in the other room, or like, whatever it is, bro. Like, you have excuses for everything, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing this. And then for the people who have already turned off their notifications, this is for you. Like, you need to get rid of that phone, like using it especially just when you wake up like this. I know people have alarms. I do as well. I use Sleep Cycle, which I literally have to open the phone to turn it off, right? Which is bad. You shouldn't be on the phone first thing. But I think especially you shouldn't be like scrolling. Maybe look through your messages to see if someone sent you something when you were asleep. That should be it. You shouldn't like start watching something on Twitter, or you shouldn't start scrolling, or you shouldn't start looking at Instagram, YouTube, one of these things. You shouldn't start anything, especially first thing in the morning. And I would say like throughout the day you should be trying to minimize as much as you can the use of your phone, because this shit's taking your attention every single hour of the day, bro. Like, and you don't realize how fried your brain becomes, because we always think of like using our phones as a way to relax. But if you look at the like scans of your nervous system while you are relaxing, it's going like this. This isn't really relaxing, it's just that you train yourself to think it's relaxing. Hence, your mind is always on edge and you're using a lot of mental power for this stuff. You don't realize it, but if you scroll 100 times, that's your brain needing to take in new information 100 times, which make your brain way more slow, because there is like not really a set amount, but so at some point your brain will start going slower. That's what you don't want, especially when you're trying to work on something, right? And it kind of works when the only thing you're doing is like a 1 hour block at the morning. Then maybe just stop, just don't do anything until your first work is done. But if you're working the whole day on different things, you're doing this, then you should be trying to minimize it as much as you can, the use of your phone. And if you don't, then well, your focus is gonna be shit and your brain power is gonna be shit, and if you try to learn something, it's gonna be shitty learning. And people will say like, oh well, if I don't use my phone the whole day, what else can I do? What else can you do? Maybe all of the projects that you've been like hoping you would do for 10 years, never started with them. There is so much you can do. There is your work. If you're in school, there are studies. Oh well, I don't have any test. Fuck your test, bro. Because you're listening to people who suck at studying, who get shit grades. They're always studying for tests because they don't have the discipline to just study normally. Like they have to study last day for the test. Why are you listening to people who suck at what you're trying to accomplish? That's like me listening to a fat ass dude trying to tell me about how to work out, how to lose fat and stuff. But you're a fucking fat ass. And if he can show me that he went from 500 pounds to 300 pounds, then maybe I can say, okay, well, that's actually some progress. So, you know, I can listen to him. But if there's some fucking fat ass who's never shown any progress, who's going up in weight, I would never listen to him regarding that. So why are you listening to your classmates who suck at studying to get the information about how to become a better student? That's fucking retarded. You should never listen to them about that stuff, bro. You should always listen to people who actually have good grades. And the people who have good grades, guess what? They study at home. Oh, well, we don't have a test. Why are you studying? They're fucking studying the subject anyway, so they have more time. If you start studying, like let's say we have biology, and now we've had the test and everything, we're switching to a new subject, chemistry. A lot of people just don't study for like 5 weeks until that test comes, the test week, and then they start studying. But the smart people, the people who have good grades, they start studying day one when you get that new subject. So day one of chemistry, they start studying, they start like writing down the keywords, they start making mind maps, they start asking ChatGPT questions about it to learn, to understand the principles of it. That's what the smart people do. The dumbasses are the people who are like, last 24 hours, they've been procrastinating on it the whole week as well. And then last 24 hours, they start studying. And those are the people you are taking your advice from, by the way. Like, that's who's fucking telling you how to study. So, yeah, you should definitely not listen to those fucking weirdos about how to study. So, one of the things you can do is studying. Another thing you can do is working out. Oh, I already worked out, great. Don't do that then. Stretch instead. Stretching is always going to be great, not just to prevent injury like a lot of people say, but also just to be more flexible. Like if you get in a fight, you want to have been stretching, bro, because, you know, your body's just going to be way more movable, and you don't want to get an injury while training, trust me. Like, because that's the fucking realest depression you're going to get, is when you're too injured to work out. Oh, too injured to work out? I'm never going to do that, because I'm like David Goggins' mindset, and you're gonna be injured to the point where you're injuring yourself further until you can barely even lift anything if you keep lifting. So you're gonna have to take a break if you hurt yourself, and you don't want to do that break, bro. That break is so depressing. I had a year of my fucking back being damaged where I couldn't do anything. You don't want that year, bro. Like, it's such a fucking boring year when you can't work out or do any sports or anything, bro. So you don't want to do that. Just fucking stretch, work out, study, work on whatever work you're trying to accomplish, like drop shipping or whatever you're trying to do. Go work on that, bro. That's the thing you've been saying that you were gonna work on for years and you've never fucking started it. So now that you have time, now that you're not using your phone, that's taking your attention away. Now you actually have the time and the energy to do something about that. Other things you can do include taking long walks, going on hikes. I know it's like soon winter time, right? That's why my fucking windows are frosty. But just go on walks, bro. Like, it doesn't have to be... Because a lot of people, when they think of walking in winter, maybe if you're living in a fucking rural village or something, you're gonna have to walk through a lot of snow. But if you're living in a city, there are always like paths you can take on the streets. Just fucking walk, bro. Just walk 1 hour, 2 hours, listen to music or audiobooks or nothing, whatever you want to do. It's best to listen to nothing, I think. Audiobooks is second best, and that's probably more personal. I don't know. Audiobooks are a bit like... Well, I guess it depends if you're trying to learn something, right? If you're trying to learn something from a book and you're the type of person who likes to hear it more, then it's probably gonna be better for you to learn through audiobooks and that. But if you're like me, who is better at reading, then it's 50-50 whether you should listen to an audiobook or whether you should just walk and have nothing, just sounds of nature or the street or whatever plugged in. So just take big walks, bro. I legit take 1 hour, 2 hour walks, like, and you're gonna think like, oh, that's gonna be boring. It's not even boring, bro. It's just chill. Like, I don't know why people think taking walks is boring. It really isn't. And I know that sounds like cliche, like I'm the old man telling you like, oh, go take a walk every day, but bro, it's something you can do, it's something productive, and it's something that's gonna get your brain going for the other projects that you have, whether it be studying, whether it be work, whether it be YouTube, whatever it is, you get your brain working through that stuff. So definitely should do that. Then there is just reading, bro. Like, I kind of got into it earlier, but you can just start reading, bro. Because start reading a book, start reading something you like. I mean, I like these psychology and esoteric books, but maybe you like normal books, or maybe you like these Getting Successful, Millionaire Fast Lane, Deep Work, all of those types of books. And Deep Work is a great book, by the way. Well, maybe you like those books. Just read something, bro. Reading is so much better, and I swear it conserves your brain energy more than being on the phone. And you're gonna think I'm so weird for saying that. Maybe it's because you suck at reading or something, but otherwise it's probably just because you're too used to this, having the phone and everything, that your brain thinks that it's like relaxing when it really isn't. That could also be it, right? But yeah. So those are just some things you can do, just some things I thought of at the top of my head. There are other things if you think as well, and well, now that we're talking about thinking, you can just think, bro. Like, you don't need to have something on while you're eating or whatever. Just think, bro. Just have nothing on, think. Because your mind wants to think, bro. That's why you have this headache all day. It's because you're not letting the brain think. And it doesn't even matter if you're thinking about something productive. Fuck it. Think about some girls or something. No, it doesn't even matter, bro, because your brain wants to get that out. Whether you like it or not, it's still your shadow, bro. Like, your brain wants to express that shit. And if you're like, oh, well, I need to think about becoming a millionaire or something, try to think about becoming a millionaire. But if your mind wanders upon something else, then who cares? Just think about that. You have all the time in the world, bro. Like, this phone is taking so much of your time and you don't even realize it. Bro, I used to think I only use my screens for like 2-3 hours or something. I used to think that before, but if we combine the screen time of my laptop and my phone, it used to be like 8 hours. 8 fucking hours. That's a whole work day I was using. So don't pretend like, oh, I have to think about becoming a millionaire now because I'm not gonna have time to think otherwise. Bro, you have time to think all day. And even doing something that's like non-productive, is better than doing something that is unproductive, because this phone is unproductive. You're taking your productivity down, but doing something that is non-productive, just neutral, that's fine. And even I would say thinking isn't even neutral. I'd say thinking is positive. Whether you're thinking about girls, work, or whatever you're thinking about, it's still positive, because you're getting it out of your system. So you're not gonna have that headache of like, oh, I haven't expressed my thoughts and everything. You always get the headache from that. And if you do express your thoughts, your mind is just going to be way more clear, because there is less stuff to go through when you're trying to actually focus and think about something. So yeah.